Something felt wrong the moment Outlander Season 7 opened its first frame. Not loud enough to expose, not obvious enough to call out, but unsettling in a way fans felt in their bones before they could articulate it. Jamie and Claire were still there, but they weren't quite the same. The spark remained, the devotion stayed, yet something unseen had shifted, like a familiar melody suddenly missing its harmony. Fans blamed pacing. They blamed the war. They blamed the heavy history crushing the characters. But the discomfort didn't fade. Scenes looked correct, yet the emotions behind them felt thinner, stretched tight enough that longtime viewers began rewatching earlier seasons just to remember what used to feel effortless. Silence no longer spoke, closeness no longer reassured, and slowly, a forbidden question crept into the fandom. Was this creative choice, or a hidden fracture behind the scenes? The spotlight turned, inevitably, towards Sam Heughan and Katrina Balfe. After more than a decade bound to these roles, was the exhaustion finally showing through the seams? Interviews hinted at brutal schedules, emotionally heavy scripts, and the looming awareness that the end was no longer hypothetical. Suddenly the dots fans had ignored began to connect. The pressure of sustaining an iconic love story. The suffocating weight of public expectations. The emotional cost of never being allowed to step back. What once felt like instinct now required effort. Every touch calculated. Every glance curated, protective rather than passionate. The heartbreak wasn't the show failing. It was two actors running out of places to hide their fatigue. Nothing snapped all at once. It simply eroded. Slowly, quietly, and by the time Season 7 began airing, the fracture was visible to every viewer who remembered what wholeness once looked like. Fans came ready to watch the story unfold. They did not expect to witness something disappear. At first, no one could pinpoint it. But the more people looked, the more they noticed tiny, crucial elements missing, not from neglect, but from pressure so intense that artistry became survival. Jamie and Claire were still soulmates, but now they felt like soulmates trying not to break. As if they were performing memories without fully feeling them. The first missing piece was the emotional cadence that once made a single glance between them louder than any speech. In Season 7, they speak more, yet communicate less. Sam admitted he was forced to jump emotional gears too quickly. Katrina confessed scenes needed one more breath, a stolen moment, but time never allowed it. The second loss, Claire's vulnerability. She is fierce, unshakable, but her fear is gone. Her doubt, her trembling humanity, the qualities that once made her strength breathtaking. Without fragility, resilience turns into armor, and armor blocks connection. The third forgotten element, the scars of their history. They've lost children, home, family, and yet grief this season feels rushed, compressed, as though they've grown too numb to mourn. Sam once joked Jamie no longer reacts to trauma. Fans fear it reflects not only the character, but the actor's fatigue. The fourth loss, silence as storytelling. Once, silence made hearts pound. Now scripts push forward relentlessly, dialogue rushing to fill space that once belonged to emotion. Katrina admitted she misses telling a story simply by standing next to Sam in stillness. Then came the fifth clue, the one that ignited chaos in the fandom. Physical closeness remained. But intimacy dimmed. After years of scrutiny, harassment, shipping, and tabloid obsession, fans believe Sam and Katrina have built a tiny emotional wall to protect themselves. Real-life boundaries quietly shifting into their performances. Self-protection masquerading as distance. The sixth loss was Outlander's beloved slowness, its ability to savor. Season 7 races against the clock. Sam openly said they're trying to cram every last moment in before the end. But rushing magic breaks it. The seventh loss, the shared memory with the audience. Fans have lived, cried, grown alongside these characters. When Season 7 skipped emotional beats the fandom treasured, it felt like a betrayal of everything they'd invested. Katrina even admitted those choices hurt. The eighth forgotten layer, emotional symmetry. Once, Jamie and Claire balanced each other perfectly, two souls breathing as one. Now the narrative splits them, stretching their bond thin across too many threads. The ninth missing feeling: safety. For years, being together meant everything would be okay. Season 7 removes that comfort. Even united, they feel uncertain, and that uncertainty spreads to viewers who once trusted them with their hearts. And finally, the 10th and most painful absence: innocence, the purity that once made their love feel eternal. Season 7 gives us survivors, warriors, battle-hardened lovers. But fans quietly ache for the softness that first made them fall in love. Is it growth, or the quiet sunset of a love story reaching its last pages? This isn't criticism. This is mourning. Because Sam and Katrina have given everything, years of their lives, pieces of their hearts, to make Outlander real. But they are human, and humans eventually build boundaries when a story demands more than they can safely give. No script will ever address that truth. But audiences feel it. It is the greatest drama of Season 7, the invisible one. When a show lasts over a decade, the biggest danger isn't bad writing. It's forgetting the feeling that once made the story worth telling. And that is why Season 7 hurts and hypnotizes at the same time. Fans are not just watching Jamie and Claire navigate the end. They are watching Sam and Katrina slowly learn how to let go. Even though no one, on screen or off, is ready to say goodbye.